save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well. Well, I'm back again with another recording. I'm gonna stop for a second. I give you a chance once again to hit the subscribe button because that's what I try to do on this channel, to get you to subscribe to this channel. What I do here is I unbox things. I unbox things that come in the mail. It could be Blu-rays, could be 4Ks, could be DVDs, could be toys, could be something. Listen, I unbox things and I talk about things, and sometimes I do top 10 lists. Sometimes listen, there's a whole bunch of different things I do on this channel. Sometimes I sweat profusely, okay, because I had a long day at work and I'm tired, and I come home and I want to record, because if I see a bunch of mail, I can't unbox it. I have to unbox it in order for me to catalog it, so that way I can put it away. And I do that all pretty much, if you want to call this live, on the camera. You know, I will be editing it, so technically it's not really live, but it is live because I'm unboxing things live on the camera. And that's what I do. And then we talk about it. You comment below, I comment back. We talk to each other. We start a relationship, and everything be good. But I gotta tell you, I had a little bit of a scare. Now I hate to be that person that makes. Now I got boxes. Okay, I got a box. I got another box. Okay, I got a package. So I got stuff that I'm gonna be unboxing. Yes, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna try to be as fast as possible to get to the point. But I had a little bit of a scare. Now I don't know what the issue is with me in general, but I don't have much of when it comes to family that's not people that I created with the wife, you know, son, daughters. I don't really have much emotion or feelings towards much. It's just like, yeah, you know, it's like I've had people in my life pass away, and it's sometimes an after effect where I get overly depressed about it, and it doesn't really hit me. Like I've had uncles that have passed away, and it's like the in particular certain ones that passed away, I was like, you know, I didn't think it was going to affect me as much as it did. And then I had ones that you know, passed away that I was like, oh, okay. I'm not talking about uncles, but aunts or relatives or friends or whatever that passed away. And I was kind of like, okay, you know, I kind of saw that coming. You were doing what you were doing, so eventually that was going to happen. But so recently, not to turn this you know, about myself, my uncle had a heart attack scare. Okay, not so much a scare, he had a heart attack. So when stuff like this happens, and I told my wife this is what I told my wife, and I thought this was very strange. I'm like, it's funny how they found the one person, okay, besides the people that live in this house, like one of like the main people. They found one of the main people in my life that if something was to happen to him, okay, I would be like really affected. Like it would really mess me up. Okay. And I told the wife, I said, wow, I said, nah, I have, listen, me and my uncle were like best friends. Okay. We were like brothers. Okay. We were a couple of years in age apart. We used to hang out all the time together. We'd be together almost every single day. We just grew up together. That's just the way it was. And we're only a couple of years apart. So, you know, same things that he was into, I was into. And you know, we just spent a lot of time together. And, we get older, people get older, and people move and they separate and they start new families, and they kind of drift apart a little bit, but we still kept in contact, and we still do keep in contact. But it isn't like it was back in the day, and I don't think anything ever stays the way it is or was back in the day. Like I had best friends that were my best friends that we now have absolutely nothing in common, and I'm totally fine with that situation too. I'm like, you know what, we just don't have anything in common anymore. So you went your way, and I went my way, and I'm fine with that. You got people that you went to high school with that you're like, oh, we're gonna be friends forever. We always gonna be friends. We're gonna be best friends forever. And then you go one direction, they go another direction, and then you don't even really think about it anymore. So when I got this phone call, actually I didn't get a phone call. What I got was my wife got a message from my mother saying, hey, I don't know if you know, but your uncle's in the hospital. You know, he had a heart attack, you know, and I'm like, oh, okay. My wife's like, do you want me to call him up? I'm like, yeah, I call him up. I said, I don't want to text him. I don't want to text him because if this is the big one, this is the big one, Elizabeth. Okay, this is the big one. This is the big one, Elizabeth. I don't want it to end in a text. I would rather hear his voice or whatever. And the oddest thing is, after I talked to him for quite a while, and he was very we joke around. That's our defense mechanism. Okay, when life throws you a crap sandwich, okay, I guess we just kind of joke around about the crap sandwich, and we kind of just take it and we eat it. We eat the crap sandwich. We eat it and we take it, we enjoy it, and we laugh about it. We like, oh, that was the best crap sandwich I ever had in my life. Yes, I'm using the word crap. I could be saying something else, but I'm not going to. But I'm like, yeah, we just laugh about it. We make jokes about these things. We go to back in the day, we went to a funeral one time. Went to a funeral, cracking jokes through the whole thing. You know, listen, it's a defense mechanism, okay? It's a defense mechanism for sick people, okay? We sick people. We have a lot of sick people out there, okay? But I was like, I don't want to just send him a text message, you know, so now he's in the hospital and they're doing all this stuff, pinching, and let me tell you something right now. I'm gonna throw this out there. I gotta tell you. He scared the bejesus out of me, okay? The bejesus out of me. I don't know what bejesus is, but whatever it was, he scared it out of me, because I was like, so listen, for years, I don't know you people that listen about heart attacks, stuff like that. People say, well, you know, I had a heart attack, felt like I had an elephant that sat on my chest, and I couldn't get up because there was an elephant on my chest, and there was so much pain because I felt like there was an elephant on my chest. Number one, have you ever had elephant sit on your chest? Okay, I never have. So I personally, I don't think I would ever relate anything as an elephant sitting on my chest, because I never had an elephant sit on my chest. So he didn't say that. He said it felt like they was pouring acid in his every artery and vein in his whole body, and he was just like, he said he was just thankful that he was in an area where they could find him, or he could contact somebody or whatever. It was just it was a messed up conversation and story or whatever that he was telling me, but he's telling jokes as he's going along. He's like, he goes, they had to go in there with a camera, and he goes, when they went in with the camera, he goes, it didn't feel like it was like a camera, like a regular camera. He goes, it felt like it was like back in the day when those big VHS handheld, you know, projection camera, one of the cameras like the newsmen would be using. So he, even in the midst of having multiple heart attacks, that he's still cracking jokes. And in my head, I'm like, we're laughing together, but I'm like, maybe you shouldn't be laughing at this point right now because you just had a heart attack, you know? But maybe then again, maybe laughter takes care of everything. Because to me, I don't know, that's the way we've kind of lived our lives. Whenever things got rough, we would make a joke out of it. You know, that's just the way, I think that's the way we were built. We were built to poke fun or make fun of ourselves. You know, the hurt that we're feeling about ourselves, we would make fun of, you know, and the hurt that we would feel about our families and the stuff that was going on with our families, we would make fun of. And to this day, I still make fun. That's why a lot of you people watch this channel, because I rant and I rave about crazy things that happen, and they're all true. They're all true, and they may seem really funny and hilarious to you, and while I'm telling them, they seem kind of funny to me too, if it wasn't me that had to actually go through it. So years of my life, I mean, I used to just tell stories at work, and I used to have bosses come in and employees come in, and they just sit back and they laughing along, and they like, oh, he's just so funny. He's just so funny. And then I get on my forklift. At the time I was driving a forklift, and I go next door in the other building, and I break down. Sometimes I break down into tears, and I'd be like, because I'd start like really in depthly remembering the pain. I mean, it's funny to tell a story about the problems that I had with my father, and the abuse and the yelling and screaming and fighting between my mother and my father and my brother and all this crazy stuff. And then I would just go next door and I would just kind of break down. I'd look at my life. I'd be like, why did I go through all of this? And then I'm like, maybe I went through all this to make other people laugh. Maybe I went through all this to make a YouTube channel to bring some smiles on people's faces, because that's what I seem to be doing. People seem to find this amusing, and if you find it amusing, then share with your friends and hit like, subscribe, and all other crap that you're supposed to be doing that when you enjoy something that you watch, because this is what I do. So I'm gonna open up some packages right now, and that's the end. I'm just saying, my uncle seems to be fine. He seems to be fine. He is a viewer. He is a subscriber. He is a promoter of this channel. He says I'm doing an amazing. Actually, ever since day one of doing this channel, he has been probably one of my biggest supporters. He's been like, you know, this is gonna be something eventually. Just keep going, keep plugging away. Eventually, it's gonna be something. So yeah, when I just looked at the wife, I'm like, wow, man. I'm like, I'm like, God be, he's a funny character. He's a funny, yeah, they say he's like, you have the fear of God. You're supposed to have the fear of God. But I'm like, wow, man, he really, he dug deep to find the one that might really affect me if something happened. I normally it would be like, if like I've had, like I said, I've had friends die or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, well, you do drugs, you're probably gonna die. That's just gonna, that's you do too much drugs, you're probably gonna die. I had one friend that he was driving down the highway and his heart just exploded. Okay, because he used to snort oxycodone and stuff like that. Any kind of pill or whatever, he crush it up, and like eventually something had to happen to you. It was like, so that didn't come to a shock. I was like, well, that yeah, I saw that coming. Okay, you kind of did that to yourself. You were self-destructing. Okay, and there was nothing anybody could do about it. Okay, he wasn't getting no support from his parents. He wasn't getting no support from his friend. Now, as far as friend wise go, I mean, the guy was a character. He was a funny guy. I mean, I used to laugh all the time, but he was high all the time, but he was high all the time because his life was so messed up. And usually that's usually the reason why people be turned to drugs and everything. They turn to drugs because it helps to fade out the reality, which is your crappy life. Okay, and I felt bad for the guy. And when he did pass, that really hit me because he was young. He was in his 20s and he had a kid, and that really affected me. But this one right here, I told Web, I said, wow, he really dug deep on this one, right? He really affected me. So luckily he's still alive. Okay, everything good. Okay, but it did make me think about myself. It did make me think about, hey, I'm getting a little bit up there in age, and I don't eat right, and I take care of 9 screaming kids on a daily basis, and I don't go on vacations, and I don't take a lot of time off and go on relaxing trips with my wife or anything like that, and I take on the burden and the pain and aggravation of my children, my own children. Okay, it seems like I care about things more than they do. Okay, it's a messed up thing, but I was at work yesterday. My daughter's car broke down, and I'm at work and I'm worried about her car. I'm like, well, what is she gonna do with her car? It's right now. It's parked in front of the house. It's on the neighbor's lawn. Is she gonna get the thing fixed? What is she gonna do? I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, I'm going through this whole scenario thing in my head. Then my son, he's starting college in a couple of weeks, and I'm like, he needs a computer. Okay, so I'm like, well, I'll buy him a computer. I'll get him a computer. I'll help him out by getting him the computer. I get him the computer, and then I'm like, well, he still needs a car, so he's still on the hunt for a car. But I'm like, why? It just seems like my whole life has been nothing but worries, and most of the time the worries are not even mine. And that's the saddest part, is that if I was just stop and just think about my own worries, I mean, what's my biggest worry? That the mailman's gonna throw the mail on the porch the wrong way, or I'm not gonna receive something that I ordered, or a rejection sticker on my car. That's minute. Okay, I live in a house where eventually I might need to have some stuff done to it or whatever. But besides that, I mean, everything seems to be everybody else's problems, and I just keep absorbing them, and I'm losing sleep while they're sleeping away, and that absolutely drives me crazy. It drives me crazy that I'll throw up my hands and I'll give up at around 9 o'clock. What I'll be like, listen, I'm going to bed. I'll put on something on the radio or whatever. Not radio. Actually, I say I put on YouTube, but I listen to it. So I'll put on something. It could be whatever. It could be a talk show. It could be a documentary. It could be some kind of thing on God or whatever. It could be a thing on lately I've been listening to praying for an abundance or whatever. Because I really want. I'm starting to think about my future. This whole thing with the heart attack thing that he just came. I'm starting to think about my future, and I'm like, wow, you know what? I don't want to be like 65 years old and retire. Okay, I don't want to be retiring at 65. I don't want to be retired. I want to retire. I like to retire at around 55. That's where I would like to retire. That's why I have a little bit. I told my wife, I said, we never been to Universal Studios. We never been to Disney World. We never been anywhere. We never done anything. And by the time I'm old enough to retire, they ain't gonna let me on those rides anyway. They're gonna be like, listen, you a hazard. You can't go on those rides. You can't go do any of that stuff. You're too old. You gonna be an 80-year-old man you're gonna go on the Mickey Mouse Tilt-A-Whirl. That ain't never gonna happen. Okay, so I gotta get my act together. I gotta get my act together and figure out what to do, because I'm trying to get the wife to understand, because she loves her job and I enjoy my job also. But there's some days where I'm like, wow, I'm beat down, tired. And then I come home and I'm like, now this one's got a problem and that one's got a problem. And I'm worried about this one's problem. I'm worried about that one's problem. Meanwhile, while I'm at work, I'm getting texts about the problems that they're having. And they, hey, could you help me with this? And I need that. And you know what this is? You know what that? No, I don't. Listen, I'm at work. Leave me alone. Let me get this part done, this part of my day done. and then let me move on to the next thing, okay? And then you can dump on me once I walk through the door, because that's usually what happens. I literally when I was young, I wanted to be a trash man. I told my father. I used to tell my father all the time. And maybe this is why this is like some kind of ironic thing or whatever. He's like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I'm like, "I want to be a trash man." He's like, you're a fool. You're an idiot. You're dumb. You're stupid. Whatever. You know, who wants to be a trash man? I'm like, well, trash man, you get to hang on the back of the truck. You get to keep whatever you find. I like to collect. So I mean, a lot of people throw out a lot of cool stuff. I found a lot of Blu-rays in the trash. I found a lot of DVDs in the trash. I found a lot of cool things in the trash sometimes. So you know. And back in the day when they used to ask me, my fifth grade teacher asked me, I'll never forget, my fifth grade teacher, his name was, they used to call him Mr. T. His name was Mr. Tavares, but his name was Mr. T. And my father was a teacher too. He was substitute teaching at the time, and they asked us what we wanted to be when we grow up. And I was like, I want to be a trash man. They're like, why do you want to be a trash man? I'm like, because I want to keep the stuff that I find, and I want to hang on the back of the trash truck. Seems like fun. And I, quote unquote, you're an idiot. Okay, that's what I got. Hey, listen. Trash men need to work too. Okay, you need your trash picked up. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with being a trash man, you know. But that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a trash man. And I got smashed by you don't. And then later on, I wanted to be a cook. I'm like, hey, I think I want to go to school for cooking. You don't want to go to school for cooking. You know. I do all the cooking in the house. I do all the cooking in the house, and like a trash man, I get dumped on every single day. And I seem to be I get the bulk of the dump, because if the wife's having problems, she comes home and she dumps it on me. The kids are having problems, they come home and they dump it on me. And for some reason, they seem to think I'm some kind of like a supreme being of some sort from Time Bandits or whatever. I'm the supreme being that has the answers to all of their problems. And you know what? They got to figure it out on their own. And the other thing is, and what drives me even more crazy, is when they ask me the answer to the problem, I give them the answer to their problem. This is what you need to do. I've been through this. This is the answer to your problem. And they look at me and they go, no. And they do exactly what they want to do anyway. So I literally, I'm texting my wife yesterday. I'm like, our kids are idiots, and they kind of want to struggle. So I think we should, I think personally in my life, I think what I got to need to do is I need to step back and let them learn to struggle. I think they need to struggle. I think I struggled, and I turned out somewhat normal, and built some thicker skin, and I'm a little more resilient, and that's the proper word. I'm a little stronger for it, because I had to go through a lot of crap by myself with no answers. Okay, listen, when I hit puberty, I didn't have a father that came over to me and said, "Oh, this is what's going on, son. Son, let's go sit down and have a talk. We're gonna have a talk about what's going on with your body. This is what's going on with your body." No. I didn't have that, but I did it with all my kids. And the stranger part of it is, my daughters approached me with questions, okay, and I'm like, these are questions that I can't answer, because I don't have those things that I can help as much as I can, but I can't give you, But I didn't have that. I didn't have that growing up. My father never talked to me once about the birds and the bees. Or, in fact, my father, if he talked, I don't think he ever even really had a conversation with me. I think all he did is yell at me all the time. All I did is get yelled at all the time about everything. I was stupid. I was an idiot. You're not my son. You're not this. I'm not your father. Don't. Listen, he was disgusted by me. He was revolted by me. Okay, I was a terrible human being. I was a piece of nothing. Matter of fact, these are quotes. You're nothing. You're a loser. You're stupid. You're dumb. You're an idiot. I would do my homework on the bus on the way home, so I did not have to come home and ask that man for help, because I would come if I had math. I'm terrible at math, terrible math. I think I have some kind of math sickness, because if I look at numbers too long, they start to move around. I get anxiety. I can't deal with numbers. I looked it up. There is some kind of thing in Google that says that there's something to do with numbers. I got a number problem. Okay, but I used to come my math homework. I'd ask the girls on the bus or the guys on the bus, "Can you help me with my math homework?" Because if I came home and I had homework and I had to ask, now let's get this straight. This guy was a teacher. He went to school to teach children how to do math. He went to school to teach children how to do different things. Okay, but he couldn't teach his own kid. I come home and be like, "Hey, you're stupid, you idiot, you dummy, you don't know how to do that. It's so easy. Well, if it's so easy, why can't you just explain it to me, and then I can learn?" "Oh, because you're an idiot, you're stupid, you're not listening to me." You never said anything. You've been yelling at me for like a half an hour, so I'm not even going to bother on doing it anymore. So I end up, getting straight D's or straight F's or C's. Why are you doing so bad at math? Why are you doing so bad at science? Well, I'm doing so bad at math and science because I have nobody to talk to. I can't ask you for help because you yell and scream at me, and my mother don't know anything. So it kind of sucked, okay? It kind of sucked as a kid, and now I got my own kids, and they come to me with these different issues and problems, and I have the answers to your problems, but yet you still don't want to listen to me. So I'm texting the wife. I'm like, listen, we got to come up with something because me and you are getting older, and I'm thinking that it's just me and you, kid. Okay, I quoted I believe that was George Burns. It's just me and you, kid. It's just me and you, kid, together, and that's the way it was in the beginning. And they're getting older. They're like 18 plus. They're eventually gonna go. They're gonna fly the coop, and it's gonna be you and me, kid, again. So we need to get our minds together. We need to start putting some money away. We need to start thinking about some vacations. We need to start thinking about some trips. We need to stop worrying about our jobs so much and worrying about pleasing people at our jobs all the time. Okay. And we need to start thinking more about ourselves because life is way too short. Okay. I cannot say that enough. I say that all the time. Listen, I was told one time, this was by a pastor, you blink, you just lost a minute. You blink again, you just lost 2 minutes. You blink again, you just lost a year. You blink again, you just lost 10 years. And it's true. Okay, because I'll tell you right now, my time is flying. It's flying, flying, flying by. And this might be a little bit of a downer to you that time is flying by. But if you got to enjoy yourself. A comedian told me one time, not personally, but he told me, and I'll never forget, he said that if you're going to wake up every day and do the job that you're doing for absolutely nothing, then it's not even worth doing it. It's not even worth doing the job if you want to get up every day and do that job for absolutely free. And I got to tell you, getting up every day and taking care of children, I really enjoy it. I have a lot of fun some days, but some days I don't. Okay, some days they can be a little bit much. Right now I'm in a transition period, where I'm getting the younger kids, the 2-year-olds and stuff like that, and it's not fun. It stopped being fun about 2-3 weeks ago. I've been kind of struggling with it, it gets rough, I went to school to teach pre-K. In my head, pre-K was 4 and 5-year-olds, kids that were getting ready to go to kindergarten. I didn't know I was going to get 2-year-old children. I didn't get a 2.9 or 3-year-old children. I thought I was going to get 4 and 5-year-old children. And then all of a sudden it became, 2.9 and up. And what happens is at the end of the year, you start to get the younger kids. They start to move up. But some of the younger kids are still in diapers. Some of the younger kids, they still got pacifiers. They still got bottles. And that's not what I signed up for. I signed up to be a pre-K teacher, to teach the children to get ready for kindergarten, pre-K, pre-kindergarten, teach kindergarten and when back in the day, I used to be really, really good at, teaching the kids how to write their names. And I feel like lately I've been more of like a glorified babysitter. That's kind of what I felt like, and it kind of knocks me down a couple pegs, and it humbles me in a way, but it's also very tough. It's tough on me because there are kids in my class that are like 4 and 5 years old that are going on to kindergarten. And I want them to learn everything that they need to know before they get in there. They need to know how to write their names. They need to know how to count to 100. They need to know their colors and their alphabet and all the other stuff. And it's tough to do when you have a 2-year-old rolling around on the floor, or you got one underneath the table taking a poop, okay? Or it's very difficult. And I almost feel like I'm stealing something away from the other kids. Okay, I almost feel like I'm stealing something away. I feel like I have a lot of stuff that I need to teach them, a lot of things that I have to offer to them, but it's really, really tough because I'm constantly having to stop in order to tend to these babies. And that's what they are. They're babies. So they're 2.9. They're babies. Some of them, they can barely speak. Some of them, like I said, we're talking straight off the bottle. Some still on the bottle. We're talking diapers. It's like, oh, just send them downstairs and we'll change them. But in order for me to do that, I got to stop taking care of the 4 and 5-year-olds, and I got to start looking in diapers and seeing what's going on. It gets to be a little tedious, a little nerve wracking, because I know what kind of teacher I am. I've been doing this stuff for 10 years, about 10 years now. And matter of fact, I'm going to throw this out there at you. I had a parent one time come up to me after the child graduated. The child was already in kindergarten, and he was like mid kindergarten, and the parent came back to school and goes, listen, I want to tell you something. My son is having a hard time. And I'm like, your son's having a hard time? Your son was like the best kid in the class. He knew everything. He knew his alphabet, he knew his numbers, he knew how to read when he left my class. Okay, I was at that point. I was at sight words and reading and everything. He knew how to read. He goes, yeah, he's having a tough time because he's bored. He's bored because his kindergarten teacher's teaching him stuff that he already knows. He can teach the class at this point. And I'm like, well, I take that as a compliment, I guess. I mean, I don't know if I did something wrong by over teaching him, but yeah, when he left the class, he was able to read. When he left the class, he knew his alphabet. When he left the class, he could write his first and last name, and this is a 4-year-old, 5-year-old child. Okay. And to accomplish something like that makes me very, very proud. But I do got to say that, you know, when you start mixing the 2-year-olds in with the 5-year-olds, it's tough to teach a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old when you have a 2-year-old rolling around on the floor, or they want to play with the toys, or they want to play with something. And yeah, it's like, but I also understand that they're 2. I get it. I just don't think that it mixes well. I think it should be, you know, the class I should be teaching should be 4 and 5-year-olds. That's what it should be. 4 and 5-year-olds, or 3-year-olds that are about to be 4. You know, like maybe 3. You know, like 3.5 or something. But the 2.9s, that rough. That's really rough. Like I said, I'm dealing with send them down. They just poop themselves. So I'm dealing with they don't want to talk to me. Some don't talk at all. Some of them are afraid of me. You know, it's not fun sometimes. Not fun. So I come home and then I get dumped on, and that's not fun either. So all I get to look forward to is my stuff I get in the mail. So let's see what I got in the mail today. And once again, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening to me. I have 3 packages here. I think 4 packages. Put my put my knife through one pack. Oh, this came from Justin Efficient. Yeah, I never said I taught him taught myself how to read, whatever. Let's just get this straight. Nobody has normal names anymore. Okay, that's just the way it is. Okay, I got kids in my class that the names just not normal, and I don't like. Where's John and Bob and Bill and Dave? Where are all those guys? Because I don't have any John, Bobs, Bill, or Daves in my class. You know, I got like people with like long names. You know, long names. All right, first thing I got is my upgrade. If you saw my video, Exorcist coming out on 4K. Very excited about Exorcist coming out on 4K, and this is what I had. This is what I was working with. It was my Exorcist. What are they calling this thing? Extended director's cut and original theatrical cut. And it's a 3-disc set, 2 discs. First disc number 1 has the extended director's cut. Disc number 2 has the original theatrical cut. And disc number 3 has special features beyond comprehension. William Peter Blatty. Am I saying? Oh, I hope I'm saying it right, because I've been watching so many documentaries of The Exorcist, and Talk to the Devil, another documentary. So I was like, okay, I'm fine with this. This is great. I'm still waiting for the 4K to come out. But the problem is this is the way it's supposed to look. It's supposed to come in this little case here, and inside here is the same Exorcist that I have right here. Okay. Let's see if disc 1. Okay, we got the bonus disc, the theatrical cut, the regular cut. Oh, and it's got the William Friedkin. I know I'm saying his name right because I've been listening to a lot of William Friedkin little letter there. I don't think did I get the freaking letter in there? that's I'm sure you understand. Is the freaking letter in my other one too? No, look. Not only is it have a little sliding thing that's broken on this one, but I didn't get the freaking letter. the freaking letter is in the other box set. It's been a long day. Listen. When you open up your box set, okay, and you open up and you get a freaking letter from William Friedkin, the director of the Exorcist, that's just great. Because it was missing from there. So that's why I bought this set, because it didn't come with this cool little. So let me show you this stuff here. So we got this. Comes with a slip cover. On the back, it's got Reagan doing her little floating exorcism thing there after she breaks through her little ties and everything. Power of Christ compels you. And it comes with a freaking book. The Freaking Connection. It's a Freaking Connection book that I didn't get in my other freaking set. So the set is comes with the freaking book. It comes with the Blu-ray with the theatrical director's cut and the special features and the freaking letter. This is what the set looks like when it's freaking complete. Okay, and this is what it looks like when you spend $7 on it. So what I'm gonna do, you're probably gonna say, well, now you got this and this. What are you gonna do with it? This I'm going to watch, and this I'm going to shrink wrap, and I'm going to put it on my shelf. And it's going to look really freaking cool in between all the rest of my Exorcist stuff. Especially when I get my 4K Big Deluxe International box set in. I can't wait for that thing. So let's see what else we got here. This one over here says Amazon. And it has my name on it. Okay, well, number one, if it's from Amazon, which that's not possible because Amazon is in my wife's name. So, and this came from Hunter Odin from Little Rock, Arkansas. Well, you go, Hunter. I have a strange feeling this is a CD because the only thing that's in my name is CD things, and Discogs is in my name. So we got a bunch of bubble wrap, which I guess I could use. Yeah, and it is a CD. It's a CD of Wiz Khalifa's, what's he calling this one? Black Hollywood. Went to go see Snoop and Wiz with my son and my wife. I'm just going to make this really, really brief. This is just one of those movies, music, something memories. I needed something to remind me of the day. I actually really enjoyed the concert. I thought the concert was very, very good. I'm just going to leave it at that. And I know you're not really interested in probably listening about Wiz Khalifa. So I almost Wiz Khalifa my finger right off there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, jeepers. Almost cut my freaking finger off. Okay, yeah, that thing fell right on the ground. All right, we have, it feels like a Blu-ray here. Okay, here we go. Blu-ray of, oh, it's got a slipcover. Oh, this took forever. This took literally, I ordered this thing, jeepers. And I was ready to open a claim on it. And it's the 4K Blu-ray digital, with the digital code. If it has a digital code, I'll give it to you. But I think I got it cheaper because it didn't have digital code. Oh, wait, hold on a second. No, it's got just the 4-in-1 movie club thing there. And you get the Blu-ray and the 4K of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Unfortunately, I've already seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because I could not wait. And you know how I feel about streaming? But I ordered this thing a long time ago. Actually, the day it came out, which I think was about maybe 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. Could be longer. And it kept saying it's in the mail, and then I contacted the seller, and I'm like, hey, listen, the ship tracking hasn't moved. Tracking hasn't moved in days. What's the deal? And they're like, no response. So then I contacted eBay, and I'm like, hey, eBay, I got a problem here. Not received my order yet. Seller's not responding to me. So in this case, you probably ask, what do you do in that case? What do you do? Do you go and give the seller a negative feedback? No, I'm a big believer in sometimes if you don't have something nice to say about somebody, you probably shouldn't say anything at all. So this guy is not going to get positive feedback, but he ain't going to get negative feedback. He's going to get no feedback. And then if he contacts me and says, oh, did you receive your thing? I noticed I didn't get any feedback. I will respond to him with, it took forever to come in. If you really would like me to leave you some feedback, because now you're getting on my nerves, you're going to get negative feedback. So you best just leave me alone. Okay, that's probably what I'm going to get with that. Already seen it. Great movie. It was really good. Do I have... Oh, I had the one that fell. That's very heavy. The one that fell, it's very heavy. Hang on. Last one, everybody. And it is a Blu-ray. So you should all be very happy. Oh, okay. It's a Blu-ray of William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist Extended Director's Cut and a original theatrical cut. Digibook. Yes, you're probably like, wow, buddy, you're getting the 4K, you're getting the limited edition, you got the special edition thing here that just came in, this thingy right here with the little slip cover there. Why did you go out and get the Digibook too? I was like, well, you know what? I just recently watched The Exorcist once again, and I got to throw out there, what a great movie. What a great movie. I am not a big fan of any exorcism movies. I don't really enjoy demonic movies that have to do with based on semi-true stories and stuff like that, and then there's exorcisms involved, because I kind of believe in that stuff. I believe that there's some kind of evil force out there, and I don't want that to be anybody be jumping into my body and having to deal with that crap. So I'm like, I think I'll stay away from those kind of horror movies. I'm good with every kind of horror movie in the world. Anything grotesque, disgusting, or whatever, I'm good with it. Doesn't turn my stomach, doesn't make me upset. This didn't make me upset. Matter of fact, this I would love to use it. It holds up well. It does hold up well. It holds up very well. It's a very good movie to watch, especially if you've never seen it before. It's a very good movie to watch, and it does hold up very well. The acting is excellent in it. The story is excellent in it. Everything is to me. This is the perfect exorcism movie. Okay, if you want to see an exorcism movie, this is the perfect one because the storyline is great. The actors are great. The movie is great. It keeps you roped in from beginning to end, and it doesn't have any of those like weird jump scare hanging things that most of the new exorcism movies do. You know, you always have that weird cracking back thing there, and they're like, oh, that's odd. You know, this one does have the director's cut, which they did have the spider walk, where they had her walk down the stairs backwards on her back. But you know, that is possible. That's a possible thing. Okay. I've seen kids that do gymnastics. They can do that. The reason why I wanted this because it actually has the here is the extended cut on one side, and here is the director's cut on the other side. But then you get this really cool book with photographs inside, and I probably did that very, very bad. There's Pazubo, the devil guy. Starts with a P. Is it gonna say it? Did it say his name on the thing there? Because I was actually thinking about getting a replica of it, but now I was like, well, maybe I'm pushing the limit there. Oh, look, it's another copy. It's another freaking copy of that thing that's inside the other thing. Yeah, this is. I mean, I don't know if I can. I'm terrible at this. Terrible at this. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna try to see if I can. So yeah, it's got like a lot of. Come on, turn a page. Okay, all right. So it's like a book. It's a digi book is what they call it. I think that's what they call it. Digi. Yeah, I think so. And wait a minute. Hold on. I got one more. Oh, I got one more. Okay. So you got lucky. All right. Oh, Blow Out of Here video. What did I buy from Blow Out of Here? I haven't bought anything from Blow Out of Here in a while. And if I did, it could be something pricey. Hold on a second. Hang on. Bonus. It's a copy of. Oh. Well, I'm glad I opened it then. I'm glad it was there, and I'm glad I opened it. The only reason why listen, I saw that thing over there, but it was, if you didn't notice, it's in one of these, and I had it stuffed in there, and I thought that this was something that I had already opened and was going to use the packaging. This is Leap of Faith. This is the Shudder original documentary, William Friedkin on The Exorcist. So this is a freaking documentary about The Exorcist, okay? That is not available on any other thing. So it's not on the deluxe box set. It's not on the 4K that's coming out. It's not in any of these old school things. It's not on the DVD. This is it says Friedkin is as deft as storyteller on camera as he is behind it. Leap of Faith is a complete dissection of the sweeping examination of the award-winning genre classic The Exorcist. Okay, so this is a Sundance Film Festival winning documentary on Friedkin and how he directed and put together the Exorcist. And look what it says right over here. Look, stream your fears on Shudder. Yeah, I didn't stream my fears on anything. I bought a physical copy, and it is actually a brand new physical copy of this is probably one I'm going to throw in first out of everything that came in the mail, because I want to see a good documentary, and I bet you that's a freaking good documentary right there. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for hanging in there, listening to me for a little bit. If you could do me a favor, as I always ask, please hit the subscribe button, because that's where that hits me where it hurts. Listen, if you hit the subscribe button, that's what you're supposed to be doing. And share and like and all that other crap that normal people ask you to do. Ring the bell. Ring that bell. Yeah, there's a bell somewhere around there which you get notified whenever I post. But I will tell you that I do post every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and then whenever something really big pops up. And I have been doing that for the last 2 years now. Every single Tuesday. Actually, when I started, it was Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But then I was like, those days ain't working. I'm not getting a lot of views on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So maybe I should go from Tuesdays, since Tuesday's Blu-ray DVD day, and Friday is usually media day, which is like CDs and stuff like that. And then Saturday, who's doing something on a Saturday? If you're at home, you might as well get up early in the morning and watch something on Saturday. Put on your YouTube and watch me open up some crap. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you later. You should have saved me some.